will I rise? Despite the grim perspective they threw towards this side, quitting is ill-advised. Being black is half of the battle. They tell us fight, but then the winner dies. Guess swallowing defeat is served with pride. I stand tall like trying to edge an inch. Busted down doors, then put wedges in. Blood being thick is usually relative. I know my niggas proud, I know my uncle's prouder. Swear the day he died, the voice inside me just got way more evident. It's gonna be the best day of my life, but I can't call it. I can't call it the best day of my life, but I can't call it. I can't call it the best day of my life, but I can't call it. I can't call it the best day of my life, but I can't call it. Niggas tell me what I'm incapable of. I laugh and do it twice in order. Once for my pride and once.
Peace and blessings, everyone. This is K the Creator here, and I'm giving you my experience with Street Fighter 6 via the Battle Hub, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts.
Here I go.
Now, of course, this was my first time being in the Battle Hub. I got a PC just to play it, and it was so good that I refunded my Street Fighter 6 version on the PS4 and used that money to pre-order it on PC. Now, as far as my experience on the open beta itself, by the way, don't laugh at my MC Hammer pants. I had a good time. There were no breaks at all. Like, I played this game the whole weekend. I played the open beta the whole weekend, and I wanted more. But anyway, going into actually playing the beta, first thing I wanted to do was to see if I could join any tournaments. That fell through, unfortunately. I missed my chance to join in on any tournaments. So hopefully when the full game drops, I'll be able to experience that. I did go to the clothing store, however, to customize my avatar and give him some new threads. Unfortunately, these new threads will not be going through to the full game. This is just to show us how we can customize our avatar, especially since our avatars will also be able to fight in the Battle Hub, like literally throw hands, not just with other Street Fighter characters, but with our created avatar as well. So that was cool. Also, you can turn on ranked and casual settings, so as you walk around, say all the cabinets are full, you can still get matches, right? You can still get matches. And here's how it works. With ranked matches, say you're just starting out, you'll have 10 placement matches. Depending on how many you win or lose, that will determine what rank you will be and who you will end up being paired with. So the only ranks I were able to get were Rookie and Iron, but I believe it goes all the way up to Diamond. There are levels to Diamond, and then there's Master. This is one of my placement matches here. And everyone always starts off as a new challenger. So these 10 placement matches are crucial to discovering your rank. So no pressure. If you're a rookie, that's fine. If you're iron, that's fine. But if you're really, really skilled, you're probably going to end up being gold or higher. There's also bronze somewhere in there. But yeah, this is one of my placement matches, and you have to have 10 in order to receive your rank. And that's how it works for ranked mode. And it'll help to keep everyone separate from the people who are starting out to the, oh, I've been playing Street Fighter since I came out the womb. This ain't new to me. But don't feel bad if you get a low rank either. This is just means there's room to grow. There's room for improvement. But yeah, I had a great time, even in ranked, and it felt like even though I was trying to figure out what my placement was going to be, there wasn't too much pressure because I know this is a new game for everyone. Even those who've been playing Street Fighter for a long time. Like I said, I had a good time. Even if I didn't get the rank I thought I was going to get, I ended up being Iron for Ryu. And here's another thing. Your rank is specific to the characters that you use. Say you have 5 different characters like I did, 5 different people you want to use. Each one of them will have a specific rank. So say my Ryu ended up iron, but another one of my characters ended up rookie in their placement match. So you may not be good with one character, but you could be hella skilled with another one. So it all depends on who you use as well. So don't feel bad. Of course, there are casual matches as well. Casual matches are a lot less stressful because your rank is not affected. This is just sparring, basically. Going around, fighting different people, testing your skill set. And you could see this as training a little bit. You could see, especially if they're mirror matches, which I had a lot of those with different characters that I picked up. And you'll learn as time goes on, mistakes you keep making and the mistakes others keep making that you could take advantage of, all while learning the new systems, the drive system in particular. I fought so many different people, and not one single person played the same. They showed me different things that I can do with all the characters that I picked up. And it was fun. It was fun. And it was also fun styling on opponents that thought they had one over on me. But it turns out, I still have some base knowledge that carried on from Street Fighter 4 and 5 to take me into this game. So let's just say, I may not be the best, but I'm competent, okay? I'm pretty competent. I'll say that. So those are the casual matches. Not as stressful as ranked, but, they can get heavy. And, of course, another way you can play is by going to the actual arcade cabinets. You sit down, you wait for someone, they come to you, you set it up, and here we go. These are called Battle Hub matches. These are matches specifically to the cabinet. Again, these will not affect your rank. You can see this as sparring as well. And you're going to have a good time in the Battle Hub regardless. You're going to have a good time, regardless of whether you're doing ranked, casual, or Battle Hub matches. Like, don't take it too seriously. You're not a professional yet. I mean, if you are a professional, I can't tell you otherwise. But don't take it that seriously. Also, and this is what I'll probably be playing the least of, these are the extreme battles. Now, the extreme battles are kind of like the others, like casual and Battle Hub. The only difference is there are little gimmicks added to the match. There are little gimmicks, different things that you can do. You can also access these in Fighting Ground, but we got to try them out in the Battle Hub. Now, of course, this is not like actual beating the opponent to where their life gets down. You have to get like points or whatnot, or certain levels of scores to win. Now, this looks like a regular battle, but as you can see, it is not. They have this little Mega Man mini thing. I forgot what they're called, but they're part of this battle too. And of course, the objective is to, for this particular game, to get your opponent's life down using not only your own skills, but the gimmick placed in front of you. And sometimes gimmicks affect both people instead of one person. For example, this. Basically, these are just party games inside the fighting game. Again, I don't see myself playing these often, not online at least, probably locally with some friends, but not online. You can also change what characters you're using in the Battle Hub. Say you don't want to stick to one particular character, you can always change it up. Like I said, I got 5 mains on here, so things don't get boring. And you can also go into training at the cabinets and practice or learn the new character that you just decided to use. Now, the bottom side to this is, as you're at the cabinet, if someone gets on the cabinet with you, you're going to end up facing them even in the midst of your training. So yeah, just like that. As soon as another person joins the cabinet you're at, your training stops and you're instantly into another Battle Hub match. You can also cheer and spectate matches, and it gives it a more live feel. And you can also use this as study material because when you're watching other people fight, it'll show off their inputs. It'll show what style of controls they're using, and you'll see everything in real time. Of course, for some things, it'll, if the match is, say it's like the middle of the match, it'll fast forward to where the match actually is. So it'll speed up and then it'll slow down to where the match is, especially if it's nearing its end. But yeah, this can be a good way to study your opponents or study matchups, say, or study what your character can't do if this person happens to be using the same character that you main. And all in all, you can really see the level of play here, whether they're the same level as you or they're like top tier, like they're the best of the best of the best. And you'll see that live here. You'll see how they earn that rank. Like, it's really cool. And then you're seeing the amount of inputs being put in. Like, you can see the difference between the classic controls and the modern right here. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But as you can see, classic is still king. Classic is still king. I happen to have a lot of matches online as well, and the Battle Hub. That's probably what I did the most. I stayed away from ranked matches because I just wanted to learn the game. And like I said, I keep saying that I had a good time just learning the characters, even as I got my behind handed to me. And now I did pull out some W's, but they were well earned, and some of them were very, very clutch. I learned from my mistakes, and I learned how to capitalize on my opponent's mistakes as well. So, as you can see here, I'm actually the Luke player, and Kimberly, and who a lot of people said annoyed them. Kimberly has been made to be the skill checker character. Say you come across someone who's really good with Kimberly, they're going to know the ins and outs of whoever they're fighting, so they'll have a perfect counter to whatever character you're using. So you'll either be forced to adapt to the situation and learn how to deal with Kimberly, or you're going to get wrecked. You're going to get wrecked. That did not happen to me, however. Had to adapt. I was still learning Jamie. If I call Jamie Luke, by the way, I did this a lot during the open beta. To Jamie, I'm so sorry for calling you Luke. I am so sorry. I don't know why I mixed you up with that white dude. Anyway, I had to learn to adapt, especially since this was a new character that I was using. Each character has their own set of tools and gimmicks, and you have to really learn the ins and outs of the character in order for you to get your victory. I mean, obviously, that's how it is with fighting games, but it's very pronounced here. And with Kimberly being the benchmark, if you will. Did that person just taunt in front of me? I can't believe they did that. Anyway, the benchmark, she is the measure of your skill, or lack thereof if you are not skilled. And fighting Kimberly, I don't know how it's been for anybody else, but it was fun for me. It was definitely fun for me. So, yeah. I mean, this is going to be a 24-hour video, and I'm running out of things to say about this beta. I just had a good time. I had a good time. There were no bad matches I had. I didn't feel like people were trying to stunt on me or whatnot, or, put me in my place. Everyone had their strengths and weaknesses to their respective characters that they used, and either I had to learn how to get better or I got beat. Plain and simple. 'Tis the law of fighting games. But I had fun learning each character that I picked up. And I think, I almost said it again, Jamie is the one I had the most fun with out of everyone. And I play Ryu. Ryu's my main. But out of everyone, I probably had the most fun with Luke. I had the most fun with Luke.
Oh, I love her animation.
Um, but man, Kimberly, I if right after did I say Luke again? Oh my god. I had the most fun with Jamie and Kimberly and Jury. And I cannot stress this enough. Jury is probably the best she's been since Street Fighter 4. She was terrible in 5. No one can convince me of otherwise. She was absolutely terrible in 5. But 6, they pretty much fused her and her Street Fighter 5 iteration together, and she was perfect. And I had a good time playing with her, especially with her being a mostly counter kind of character now. And her moves have become more unpredictable, and she doesn't have the gimmick she had in 5. It's all randomized. She can enhance her attacks. Now, she's not as easy to use as she was in 4, but it makes it worth it when you know all of her moves. And her having 2 different pinwheel attacks, one that goes forward and one that can be used as a DP, it's very convenient. Like, I would suggest to those of you who are Jury fans, like, this is the best version of her, and I had a good time. I had a good time wailing on people with Jury, especially those who would make the simplest of mistakes. Now, this is not to say I'm perfect with her, but I had a good time wailing on people, man. Jury was this is the best version of her, like, period. Back to Jamie, however. Jamie's character, when I took him to the training room, his gimmick is, as you can see, drunken boxing with a little bit of breakdancing. And the more he drinks, the more moves he unlocks. Like, you'll start off with like the bare minimum moves that can get you through a match. But if you really want the Jamie sauce, you gotta get him drunk off the Henny, if you will. And this is where you unlock the greatest combo potential with him, and the feints. Like, he is a love letter to old school martial arts films, particularly drunken boxing with Jackie Chan. And the fact that he adds breakdancing to it, it's amazing. Like, like I said, I had the most fun with Jamie on the beta. I probably used him the most out of everyone. As soon as I picked him up and started learning him, he's a Rekka character. For those of you who don't know what a Rekka is, they have continual strings. But of course, I had to learn how to use Jamie when he was sober too, because obviously everyone's just not going to let you drink in front of them. So I had to learn how to counter and really, really use him without having to depend on the dragon juice.
No.
And
no.
I had a good time.
Get out of here.
I had a good time learning. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this in this video. I had a good time with Jamie in particular. Again, sorry for calling him Luke. As far as other things you can do in the beta, you have different emotes, particularly fighting move emotes. Yes, you just saw me ninja run. And you can unlock more as time progresses, because like I said earlier, you will be able to fight with your avatar in the battle hub, but these are just emotes. These are just emotes. Yes, that is a spinning bird kick I just did. And you're able to have a good time. Now, this is the last day of the beta you're seeing here. I learned you can, yes, that is a fluorescent person behind me. I learned that you can change your clothes via your cell phone here. The clothes that you bought, you can just go back. Pardon me, excuse me for burping. You can check how your character looks in the different clothes, and you can change them into whatever you bought for them previously. They will be saved in your phone, so you can just go back to your wardrobe in your phone, change your tops, your bottoms, your shoes, your gloves, and change how you feel in that day. I was tired of the MC Hammer pants. I was tired of people laughing at my pants, so I got some regular cargos, some new sneakers, and supposed to be a button-up shirt. But of course, I gotta open, show my chest, some of my chesticles, if you will. And that was cool. I was happy to finally discover that in the beta. And of course, these are the characters I've chosen to main: Luke, Ryu, Juri, Kimberly, and Ken. Now, of course, you all didn't see any Ken gameplay here because Ken is just too easy to use. I feel like Jamie had the biggest combo potential, but he's at the biggest disadvantage because he has no projectiles. Every other character I have has projectiles. He has no projectiles going for him, but that just makes the wins that you get with him all the more sweet, especially when you get in for that big damage. And this is just him sober. When he's off the Henny, boy, it gets crazy. Of course, Kimberly, her being one of the fastest characters in here. Again, she's a skill check. She's basically there to see where your skills are at as a competitor. And she has tools for everything a character can throw at her. And I had fun playing with her as well. She's not going to be the easiest to master, but she's great to pick up, and I'm looking forward to learning with her as well. And she's adorable. Like, how can you not? She's adorable. Again, Juri, she's a little more difficult to use, but once you learn her basics and start practicing with her, you're going to have a good time with her, especially with her unpredictable options, being able to switch up. And that DP, that pinwheel DP, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Nope. Had to close that out.
As for Ryu himself, this is probably the most fun Ryu has been for a long period of time. Of course, he still has his standard Hadouken and Shoryuken and Tatsumaki Senpukyakus. Say that 50 times fast. But he has new tools as well. He got a close-up Hadouken called the Hashogeki. I believe that's how it's pronounced. His donkey kick from third strike is back. And he just feels more fluid. He feels more loose. He's not like the standard Shoto. And lastly, photo mode in the battle hub. Of course, I'm a sucker for photo mode. So you have photo mode in your fighting game, I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it, like guaranteed. And not only do you have regular photo mode, you have selfie mode. I don't know a lot of games that have done that besides Spider-Man. So being able to use this was fun. All in all, my experience from the beta and going into Street Fighter 6, which I'm going to be playing probably at the midnight release, I'm looking forward to it. This game has not disappointed anywhere. So I'm looking forward to playing it tomorrow evening or as soon as it drops. It doesn't even matter what day it's going to be. As soon as it drops, whether the midnight of June 1st or Friday, June 2nd, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be playing this. I'm going to have a good time. I convinced friends to purchase this game so I can play them. I'm just looking forward to it. This is probably the best Street Fighter that Capcom has put out in a long time. In a very long time. And when I'm playing it for the first time with everybody unlocked, all the features unlocked, it's going to be a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I have zero complaints. Zero complaints. I'm not one of those fickle guys who are like, oh, it'll never be better than this Street Fighter game. No, this will be the best fighting game in the world. But that's just my view. Let me know what you all thought. I will see you all for the release of Street Fighter 6. And yeah, peace. See ya.